Hi all, this is May and welcome back to my channel for a brand new speed build. So today I'm really excited to be building a modern penthouse in Ciudad Enamorada using the brand new Sims 4 Lovestruck expansion pack. So first of all, thanks to the EA Creator Network, I was able to get my hands on the early access version of Lovestruck, and I've just been playing around with it, building a few different things and just getting used to the new world and the new build and buy things. So I'll be talking about the new pack with you all and what you can expect of it. I also need to point out that this version that I played with is not the final version, so just a disclaimer about that. So far I've made 2 builds. This penthouse I'll be showing you all today. Then I did another lot with 3 houses on it, like smaller houses and with a small community space in the middle as well. Hopefully I'll have that up on Sunday for you all here on YouTube. I'll also be exploring the pack over on Twitch this weekend, so if you're interested in that, I go live this Saturday and Sunday at 11 AM CET. I'll still have access to the early access version then, so no other packs, just Lovestruck and base game. So if you ever want to join, you can head on over to twitch.tv/Honeymaysims and leave a follow to get notified of the next stream. I'll also be hosting a giveaway for Lovestruck probably the next weekend there again, so if you want a chance to win that pack, definitely leave a follow too and then be present during the giveaway. So I'm really excited for that, and I haven't done too much gameplay yet. I did a tiny bit just to get into like what are all the new features and all. I've been thinking if I should do a small let's play focusing on the new pack here on YouTube once I officially get Lovestruck and have it in my regular collection along with the rest of the packs. So do let me know if you're interested in that. I'm really interested in getting into storytelling, though the thought kind of intimidates me, especially for YouTube, and I don't know why, but I've done gameplay on streams before, but it's just a bit more casual, you know, and you don't do any editing afterwards, you kind of just go with the flow. And I'm not the biggest fan of planning too much of what's going to happen anyway, because it's The Sims, you know, and sometimes Sims does what it wants, so it's kind of hard to control in that way sometimes. But I'm often leaning more towards the game just deciding for me, especially now with the likes and dislikes, the compatibility system and growing together, and now the turn-ons and offs are sort of like a chemistry system coming with Lovestruck. So I'll see what I can cook up, and I've always been so interested in other people's Sims let's plays and storytelling. Like, I remember back in the day before I did content creation myself, I watched a lot of Deligracy, for example. Sometimes I still do, but she had a let's play called The Hamptons, and I loved that one. I was so invested in it, and there was so much drama. It was amazing. And some other storytelling creators I watched a bit are Ocean Sims and Urban Sims, for instance, and everyone is just so good at doing their storytelling and making the characters, and yes. For me, I just have so many ideas sometimes, especially for builds, that it's kind of hard to break away from that headspace and think more about gameplay. But yeah, I really want to go into that area for YouTube in the future too. But anyway, I am building this on one of the 2 penthouse lots in Ciudad Enamorada. I have no idea if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but I'll just say it like that for now. And yes, there aren't any new apartments, sadly, like in San Myshuno, for example, but if you have for rent, you could probably make some apartment buildings around the city. I do wish we got more lots though. There's only 13, if I'm not mistaken, and that seems to be the new standard for the new worlds in The Sims 4. Like, remember when we got Windenburg and all those lots there? Yeah, I don't think I'm very like hesitant to that happening again. Like, I'm not too sure if we're gonna have a world that big again. But yeah, also the base game worlds have a lot of lots now that I think about it. And I'm also currently working on 2 save files, one only base game and then one with a lot of packs. I'm currently focusing on the base game worlds for that one, and it's taking a long time. I'm glad we have all those lots though, because they're lacking in a lot of the other packs. But yeah, I think this world is pretty. It reminds me a bit of Tomarang that came with For Rent, mostly because of all the vibrant colors, I would say. But I think I still prefer Tomarang because it seems more lively in a way, like more details. I haven't explored too much in Ciudad Enamorada yet. But yeah, oh, yes, just like talking about details in the worlds, that reminded me of we actually have a rabbit hole motel or hotel, I guess, in this new world now. So you can either rent a room for a night or do some spicy woohooing in there, which is interesting. So it's just like a little place that you find in one of the neighborhoods, and you can just click on it and your Sims will go inside. And I just feel like this whole pack is just a lot more spicy than any other Sims 4 packs, and they've definitely stepped outside of their comfort zone and made it more mature in a way, which I kind of like. Also, I want to mention that there were 3 Simmers who helped out make the lots in Ciudad Enamorada, because I was wondering if that was the case, or at least I talked about it in a previous speed build. And I just want to give a shout out to those who have been a part of making the lots in this world. They're also all from Mexico, which Ciudad Enamorada is inspired by. So I'm really glad the Sims chose someone from there. And they are Rustic Simmer, Frito Sorio, and Shiki Uv, I think it's pronounced. And the builds look really good, and I'm especially amazed at the shape of the gym in this city. I'm not sure which one made that one, but I really like it. And yeah, so I just wanted to mention that because every expansion pack or when a new world comes out, we're kind of wondering if EA have made the builds or if any Simmers have contributed. And that would literally be my dream. To like build for an official pack, that would be a dream. And I also remember that for Rent, they didn't have any Simmers make the build, so I'm glad for this one there were some Simmers who contributed with like making the builds. And also, by the way, there are a few new things coming to the base game as well, coming in an update just before the pack comes out. It usually comes out on the Tuesday before the pack releases. So far, the things I know are there is a new social interaction menu category called Relationship, which allow us to locate specific relationship interactions without sifting through additional romance interactions. There is also a new romantic boundary system in Create a Sim that allows you to customize Sims' jealousy triggers in romantic relationships. So we can set Sims' preferences for physical romantic interactions, non-physical ones, and also for woohoo. So we can also set if Sims are willing to reassess these boundaries, and this way we are now basically able to create polyamorous relationships too, which is cool for storytelling purposes and also for realism. There are also some core date event improvements, such as Sims interrupting an active date less often, which is good because we wouldn't want someone to third wheel our dates. I mean, it happens way too often, just someone joining in the conversation. So I'm glad they have fixed that. Hopefully, we'll have to wait and see. They have also updated the terminology for some relationships, so they are more neutral and inclusive. So instead of having husband and wife, we now have spouse, we also have engaged, and we also have partner instead of girlfriend and boyfriend, which is about time. I like that, and I don't think we've had the option to choose someone as our partner in Create a Sim before, but now we can, and I really do like that. There are 2 new options in Configure Neighborhood Stories to allow friendship changes and also romance changes. So these enable Sims in other households to start and end relationships on their own, which is also about time, because I found it kind of strange that they couldn't do that from before, like when we first got the Neighborhood Stories. We also have curved pools, everyone. They're finally here, so you now can customize your pool shape any way you want. You can make a round pool, you can make a heart-shaped pool, like anything like that. And I'm also using the curved pool in this build that I'm currently working on like the balcony. We also do have a few other Create Sim updates. And some of you might have spotted this in the trailers and everything, but we now have eyelashes. I know this has been like a very, popular thing that people have wanted in the game, and finally we have that. So from before, I've only used CC to have eyelashes, of course. I like 3D eyelashes, and now I'm really happy we have eyelashes in the base game as well. So there is an entirely new and unique eyelash category in the makeup category in Create Sim with 2 new eyelashes, and with the Lovestruck pack you can also receive an additional 2 eyelash options. And I feel like I will be adding eyelashes to all of my Sims now. There are also some new base game hairstyles. We have new nail styles too. I think one of them was like a French tip one, which I think is really pretty. And we also now have the option to apply to all outfits in Create a Sim. So the new apply all feature that will allow us to add accessories, makeup, hair, and outfit options to multiple categories. And I've been waiting for this option forever, because sometimes it just takes too long to add the same accessories, the same makeup to all outfit categories. So I was really happy when I saw this, and I can't believe it's taken this long to get this feature, to be honest. But finally, here it is. I will be using this all the time. This is such like a handy thing to have in the game. And if I go a bit more over to what's coming with Lovestruck, the Lovestruck pack, there is another thing that I know that is coming, and that is the possibility to create your own relationship term, I suppose I will call it. Like, for instance, we already have the classic family relationship terms like mom, dad, brother, sister, like those kinds of terms. But now you can choose to call a relationship between your Sims anything you would like to. So if you click on a Sim in the relationship panel, you will get the option to create a relationship term. I can't remember if that's what it's actually called, but you will get like a pop-up window, and you can write in whatever you would like to call it there. And you also get a few options for icons, which I really like. I honestly wish this would have come in base game as well. At least from my knowledge, this is a pack exclusive feature. And yeah, I would have wanted it to be in base game, to be honest. And also with Lovestruck, you get Cupid's Corner, which is an online dating app you can access from your phone, and it might be accessible from the PC too, if I'm not mistaken. So also here you will get a pop-up window, and you will be able to see your own profile. You can adjust it if you want to. You can change your profile picture. You can choose who you're looking for. Are you looking for a young adult, an adult, or elderly? So it's not for teens. And you can also choose what traits of yours you want to show. But you can only have 2 traits like showing at a time. Besides your own bio, there is a matches window, and here you can go through other Sims profiles. You will be able to get people from the gallery to show up in this like window, and you can choose who you would like to add to your favorites. And here you will be able to see their name, of course. You will be able to see their profile picture, potentially like what world are they living in, and also 2 of their traits. And if your Sim has any other traits as a turn on or turn off, it will let you know. And I gotta say, a lot of the profile pictures are really cute. And as I mentioned, you can save the profiles of the Sims, and from there on you can add them to your contacts and ask them on a date. And I saw that from your phone in the Cupid's Corner app, blind dates are also an option. And also if you're in a relationship with someone, you'll be able to go to something called Cupid's Counseling, which is realistic. And I love realistic touches in The Sims 4, which also reminds me there is a new career called Romance Consultant, where you have the 2 branches, matchmaker and romance therapist. And this is a rabbit hole career, unfortunately, but you have the option to work from home, so you can get a few different tasks to do during your work from home day. And if you don't want to use Cupid's Corner at all, you can always deactivate it. But yeah, if you want to ask someone on the date event system has gotten a revamp. And now you could do a get to know your date, you can do a romantic date, or if you're already in a relationship, you can do a romantic repair date. So if the romantic satisfaction level, which I will get back to later, is not that good, you can do a repair date. And I gotta say, this whole revamp is kind of reminding me of the Wedding Stories events, where you can pick out activities to do, such as here you can do star or cloud gaze, you can do woohooing, you can dance, among others. And if you have seasons, I saw you can also do skate dates, which sounds so cute. And now when you do romantic interactions, you have the possibility to gain romance skill, where you can gain new interactions, and as you gain a higher skill, you'll be able to be more successful in doing romantic interactions in general. And as I mentioned, we also now have romantic satisfaction. So each sim in the relationship, they have their own independent levels, so they're not the same. They might have different feelings and opinions about each other. So basically, it's how satisfied they are with each other in the relationship. And you can view this in the Sim's profile in your relationship panel. Here you can see their romantic feelings about each other, whether they're attracted to each other or not, and of course, as mentioned, what their satisfaction level is. And once they are in a relationship, they can gain a relationship dynamic too. I feel like I'm saying relationship a lot, so excuse me. But yeah, the dynamic can either be strained, it can be unpredictable, wholesome, or even steamy. I also did mention turn ons and off earlier, and now you're able to pick them yourself in Create a Sim, or your sim will be able to discover them. I do believe like regular likes and dislikes that we currently have, for example, for activities and for music and so on. And the romance turn ons and off will affect your romance satisfaction level with your partner. And now I feel like I've just been going on and on about a lot of the new features coming with this pack and not really talking about the build. But yeah, I really wanted to just like mention all of these things because of course it's all new. But yeah, I wanted to really build something on one of the penthouse lots here in Ciudad Enamorada. You get such a beautiful backdrop of the city here, and I wanted to use the new curved pools. As I said earlier, it's coming with base game, so I just had to use that here. I would also imagine it to be so pretty to just swim there and otherwise relax on this balcony area like you saw earlier. You can also have a barbecue because I added a grill. You could play this new board game coming with the pack. You can also do some sky or stargazing on the new romantic blanket, which you also can cuddle with someone on it, or you can even woohoo on it. So that's actually one of the new woohoo spots. And another one is this like closet looking space or object, which I also include in this build, by the way, in the office. And actually this is the lot where you see the penthouse from the trailer. I have to say I was kind of disappointed when I realized that that penthouse that you see in the trailer, it actually isn't in this world. So hopefully the team will upload it to the gallery because I really love that one. And it kind of inspired the modern and kind of like planty vibes of the one that I'm currently doing here. The interior though is quite dark, so I use a lot of the new wallpapers. Majority of them are quite simple. I'm not really the biggest fan of all the colors per se. They still look a bit too colorful or not modern enough in my opinion. But I have to say that I love the flower wallpaper. That one is gorgeous. I use it in the bedroom here. And another wallpaper has some more like fun patterns, like animal print patterns. So we have a hot pink animal print wall in the office as like an accent wall, just to kind of like spark that fun inspiration while you're working, I guess. But yeah, the overall interior style and architecture style is, it's kind of split. Like one part is quite fancy and bougie, I noticed. Meanwhile, another part is maybe more classic Mexican inspired, if I can say that, and there are some items with a bit of a neon touch as well, if that makes sense. Like, especially a few wall decals and some pictures, which is like a fun combination. But yeah, I was only able to build this with base game and the new pack, but I can't wait to build something with access to all the packs I have, and hopefully the next build I've done will be up on Sunday. Otherwise, it will be up next week. And I'll talk more about the pack and all then. I'd also like to take this opportunity to thank the EA Creator Network again, but this time for providing me with my own affiliate creator code. I have a promo code called Honeymay, and you can use it at checkout when purchasing the Sims 4 packs, and this will directly support me and the content I make at no extra cost. So if you would like to get the new Sims 4 Lovestruck expansion pack or anything else at all, I would really appreciate it if you think of me. So thank you if you do end up using my code Honeymaysims when checking out. And we're also getting closer to the end of this video, so I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like and a follow for more content in the future. This build will be up on my gallery as soon as I'm able to upload it, along with tray files in the description, so look out for that. If you want to look at my other creations though, my ID is Honeymaysims, or you can find me with the hashtag Honeymaysims as well. So thank you all so much for hanging out with me today as we build with a new Lovestruck expansion pack, and I can't wait to talk to you all in the next video. Until then, take care. Bye!